Now, let's talk about something that I've done a lot of research on that I'm going to predict what's going to happen in startup funding and startups and the whole startups, all the startups, okay? And that is, the social investing era began in the 1840s due to necessity being the mother of invention. Before the mid-1800s, there was no such thing as investing. People had all their money in the bank, and there was no investors. The word invest came from vested interest, because what happened, the banks refused to finance the railroads, and the community leaders said, okay, we're going to go to the merchants to finance those railroad. So they had to go to the people who were the upstanding leaders in the community that everybody trusted, and that's what happened. That's the story of Lehman Brothers, is that Henry Lehman immigrated from Montgomery, Alabama from Austria to Montgomery, Alabama in 1844 to start a cotton exchange, and he was doing business with all the cotton farmers in Mississippi and Alabama. He was the one that went out and got all when the banks wouldn't finance the railroad, he went to the citizens and the farmers and said, listen, we've got to get a spur from Montgomery to Birmingham so we can get the cotton to Atlanta. So the Lehman Brothers Investment Bank was established 6 years later, but Henry was just somebody helping out a community. Now, railroads pioneer investors transformed the world economy back in the late 1800s from agricultural to industrial. If you look at this here, what does this look like that we've seen? This is the internet, okay? In other words, the transformation of agricultural to industrial was the equivalent of what happened with the internet in our lifetime. Before the railroad, all commerce was on rivers, lakes, and that's where rivers, lakes, and coasts, the coast of the United States. And then what happened after that? Now all of a sudden, goods and people could be moved and transported safely across land, and that started the whole industrial economy. So clients of Lehman and the other investment banks, with their RR roots, with their railroad roots, went on to fund inventions and companies which produced dynasty wealth from 1885 to 1976. And you can see all the wealth that was generated from 1885 to 76 here. We're talking telephone, we're talking electricity, automobile, airplane, microchip, personal computer. Easily it's probably more than $1 trillion of dynasty wealth was developed from what happened because of the railroad.